congratulations. We are launching a beautiful book. We are moving to our next session, which is called panel discussion. If you have not yet picked the book, please pick it, because the people we are inviting have immensely contributed to this book. It will be nice to later, when you're reading it with your children, to put faces to the writers, to the contributors of this book. So without much ado, I am going to invite our moderator of this panel, Ms. Lydia Karemi. Kindly be upstanding. And your beautiful panelists, Makena Muredi, Brian Mwangera, Kadma Monene, and Gloria Kendi. Where are you, Gloria? Karibuni sana. These are our children. We'll want to hear from them. Let us clap for them as they be seated. Another clap. Thank you, Madam Lydia, for honoring us with your presence. It is my belief, it is my trust, it is my hope and faith that this is going to be a very productive session. We are timed, I am sure you know, so kindly make the best out of this session. Asante.
Thank you so much. Allow me to say hi to everyone. I am Lydia Karemi. I am a family person. I'm a wife to one husband, Chege, and a mother of 4 children. That is who I am. And a counseling psychologist. So today I'll be the panel moderator, and you're welcome. So today we are launching a book, a wonderful book called Navigating Teenage, The Power of Choice. And I read this book, and I thought to myself, this book is full of life. It is full of information, and especially practical information. This is one book that I want to keep, and one book that I want to share with my family and anyone that I can be able to reach out to. And today, with my panelists here, I think I'll allow each one of them to introduce themselves. They are teenagers. They'll introduce themselves, tell us their name, tell us what they love, or how they identify themselves. So I think I can begin from my far left. Karibu.
Thank you. My name is Glory Kendi. I'm 14, and I love swimming.
Wow. So Glory Kendi loves swimming. That's what she loves, and I believe you're going to get quite a lot from her based on what's learned from this book. Next.
My name is Kadma Mnene. I'm 15 years of age, and I love playing football.
Wow. Did we hear? He is Kadma Mnene, and he loves playing football. That is the one thing that really defines him. Next.
Good morning, church. Good afternoon. Yes, sorry. My name is Baraka Gitonga. I am 17 years old, and I like cooking and computers. Thank you.
Wow. You like cooking and computers. We can see the men in the house who like cooking, eh? Wow, that's very beautiful. Karibu sana.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Praise the Lord again. I'm Melody Makena, and I'm 15 years, and I love cooking.
Oh, beautiful. Looks like someone did a very good job. You love cooking. Welcome. So here we are. Today, our panelists are going to share a bit of what they've picked from this book, and they're going to help us understand why this book. Why should you pick this book? And so maybe I can begin with Kendi. Kendi, what does it mean to you being a teenager?
Okay, to me, being a teenager means it's being myself and standing firm in all that I do and putting God in everything.
Wow, being a teenager is standing firm and putting God first in everything that she does. Can we clap for her? Thank you, thank you. And for you, what does it mean?
Being a teenager, to me, is like an adventure. I come to understand what happens within our surroundings and also what happens in our physical appearance.
Mm-hmm. So it means adventure. That's how you'd crown being a teenager. Because this is a point where you're trying to verse around what's happening to your body and what's happening around yourself, the changes that are taking place. So change for you is adventure, right? Let's clap for him. Okay. Let's hear from you.
Okay. For me, being a teenager means understanding how the world works and the role you play in the society you live in.
Understanding how the world works and trying to understand the role.
Yes.
The role that you play around the world.
Yeah.
And I think I would want to ask a question beyond that, but before that, let's clap for him. Understanding how the world works and what our role is. I believe as this session continues to unfold, we'll be able to hear from you how you understand, how you've managed to find yourself in the community and in the society. Okay, and for you, what is?
For being a teenager is where you look at baby, you become responsible and changes and you're expected to make correct choices.
Yes. So you're no longer a baby. So a teenager is no longer a baby. And there are responsibilities that are expected of you. Go to us. What are some of those responsibilities?
For me, I have younger siblings and I'm expected to take care of them. Yeah.
You have other siblings and you're expected to take care of them. We clap for her. Thank you, Makena. Thank you so much. And so now I can come back to you and ask. So you've been trying to understand the world around you and trying to understand what your position and what your place is as a teenager. What exactly have you figured out by today or by now?
To love yourself and to love others who are close to you, because they might not love themselves enough for them to feel good. So I felt that it's my role to love myself and also love others.
So you would crown it with the word love.
Yes.
Actually, God is love.
Yes.
And He expects us to love others. So you've taken it as your first responsibility to love yourself and then you love others.
Yes.
And in which ways can you show love to others from the position from where you are at?
Simple things like you're in school and a student is carrying many books. You understand, because of COVID, we have many demands on our time. Now, because they are running around with their books, it falls down. Usually others would just stop and point and laugh. Others would just pretend to walk on. But I feel it's a good idea. You know, do you need help? Can I help you carry these books wherever you need? It's something simple, but it means a lot.
It's something simple, but it means a lot. Assisting and helping out where you need it to. And I feel like you've touched along something that is quite sensitive to the teenagers today. You mentioned that you painted a scenario whereby someone is carrying so many books, and suddenly these books fall down, or one of them or two of them fall down. And everyone is laughing at this person. And in this case, we're hearing you say that you'd assist. Can I help you? So what do you think happens to this teenager whose books are fallen down and everyone is laughing at them? What do you think is likely to happen to them?
That they probably feel embarrassed. They probably feel, stupid. Why can't I do something simple as carrying books? They might feel helpless and overwhelmed. I have so much to do.
Thank you. Let us clap for him. That's really, really cool. And now I want us to get into the book. I believe you've read quite a number of articles. The book is full of information, very rich information. Thanks to Graham and Mercy. We really appreciate the work that you've done. You've done a very good job. And I think at this point, I'd love to ask you, Kendi, which article in this book, Navigating Teenage, has actually touched your life and is actually relating to your life today? Would you want to share about an article? Go ahead.
Okay, so the one that has spoken to me is nurturing one's potential. It talks about a famous boy by the name Ryan. He has nurtured his potential in acting since he was a child, and it taught me or showed me that whichever talent that I have, I should work on it and I should do something with it, because in the presence of the Lord, it's glorifying Him and doing it as part to His will. Yes.
So from that article, you've learned that you need to work on the talents that you have, whichever it is, you work on it to glorify God and to be a blessing to the society, right? Would you want to speak to someone who doesn't know what his or her talent is? How do you get to know your talent?
Okay, so to the person who does not or doesn't know the talent that he or she has, should check the things that he or she finds fun in doing and enjoys when he or she is doing it, and to try and research more about it and to learn more about it, and by that he will try to nurture the talent and will be something great.
Thank you so much, Candy. That is quite profound. That one of the ways you can be able to understand what your talent is look at the things that you enjoy doing, and you do not really struggle so much and so hard to do those things. And then you need to work on it. Clearly, today we can't autopilot our talents and our gifts. That's what you mentioned. We need to research and get more knowledge about them, right? Thank you so much. We can clap for Candy. And so, Baraka, what's your take? Which particular article has spoken to you from navigating teenage?
I have two articles, but the one which is a priority has really felt me is the power of forgiveness. Yeah, I feel that in this world, a lot of people will hurt you, even people who you hold very close to your heart. And if you harbor onto that heart, to those feelings, you might end up being a miserable person when before that you were someone who was full of joy. So that story, it really made me feel at peace, especially when it related it to the story of Joseph in the Bible. Yeah.
So one thing you are acknowledging is that as long as we are here on earth, we will be hurt and we will hurt people. And so it's important for us to acknowledge, accept the fact, but also learn and realize that it's important for us to let go. And I know it's not easy. I believe in with the people that have joined us today, there are quite a number who are struggling with forgiveness. And you talked of the story of Joseph in the Bible. What would you tell us about forgiveness, especially the adults? You know, what should we do to be able to forgive completely and let go so that we can live at peace?
I think forgiveness goes two ways. For example, the one who does the hurting and the one who has received the hurt. For the one who has received the hurt, they are doing it so that they can let go of those feelings of resentment. And of the one who has done the hurt, to let go of those feelings of guilt. That is how I feel forgiveness really helps an individual.
So forgiveness helps an individual to let go of the feelings of hurt and find healing, right? Yeah. All right. So at this point, I'd love to ask Munene, which particular article has spoken to you and you feel it is resonating with you today?
The article of body image and self-identity.
Self-identity. Tell us more about it.
You see, in this world, there is a lot of cases of racism where a lot of people are judged because of the color of the skin. To me, that is not fair because all of us were created in the image and likeness of God. It's not fair that somebody has to go through a lot because he was born either black or white. We should treat each other as family so we can able to move on very well.
We should treat each other with grace so that we can be able to move on. So what I'm hearing you bring up is that there are times we find ourselves in places, in cultures, in positions that we are not the ones who orchestrated. And so when we are trying to find our identity in these spaces, one, we require to be at peace with ourselves. But I also notice that the people that are around us play a major role in terms of assisting us find our identity. And so what would you tell the congregation? Maybe the parents, which roles do you think they can play when they are raising teenagers so that they can assist teenagers to find identity?
Or you can enroll them in some programs which they will be talked to about some of the things that you can do. And as a parent, if you see like your son or daughter is good at it, you will nurture that talent.
So you're talking of a parent can enroll their children into programs based on the things they love or they enjoy. And then once they realize an interest that the children have done what? Developed a liking, then now they can grow, they can focus on that line. Okay. So that is for the parent. What about the church? Is there a way a church can help teenagers find their identity?
Yes. Like for example, for programs like for a church program, some children can either try like preaching. Some children are good at. You can enroll them. You see how you test them, how they know like to preach. And
wow, thank you so much. We can clap for him. Kadma tells us that the church can play a major role in helping the teenagers find themselves, find their places, whether it's from a Sunday school, as they are playing, they are singing, they are learning. Maybe some of them learn to play instruments. Through some of these programs in churches, then our teenagers will grow. And this is going to shape their identity. They are going to learn themselves. They are going to appreciate the gifts that they have. So now that we're in a church setup, Mercy and Graham and the leadership of the church, we can clearly hear the role that we play to help the teenagers grow their identity. Thank you so much. And so next is Makena. You can tell us which particular article has spoken to you and you feel it resonates with you today.
The article is on my identity and appearance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Your identity and appearance.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So basically, we are encouraged to accept ourselves the way we are because we cannot change anything about ourselves. And we are supposed to enhance our uniqueness. Yes.
So we cannot change who we are.
Yes.
But I thought we can change our skin colors.
Okay, not in that way, but it as unique. Yes, so we cannot change ourselves.
So what Makena is affirming is that God has created us beautifully and wonderfully.
Yes.
And therefore, it is not our role to change ourselves.
Yes, we should accept ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Does it include accepting the family backgrounds that we are coming from?
Yes, it includes accepting our family backgrounds, our heights, our body sizes. Yes.
Okay. And what do you think are the dangers of a teenager not accepting themselves?
It can lead to, it lowers our self-esteem. Yes. For example, me, people criticized me because of my height, and it hurts. It's painful, yes, but through, yes, I read the book, and it encouraged me to accept myself, yes.
So it encouraged you to accept yourself and
Yes.
love yourself.
Yes.
Wow, let us clap for Makena. And so as we are about to end our session, I think I'd give each one of them an opportunity to tell us, why do you think Navigating Teenage is a book that should be shared shared in schools, in churches, in, around the community? What do you think is one of the things that you'd pick? And give us your parting shot.
Okay, for me, I'd recommend this book because it touches on teen life and it shares experiences of other people on how they are coping up with various challenges. And this can help the teen in one way or another to see that any challenge that comes his or her way, he or she is able to overcome it and is able to stand firm.
Able to stand firm. I remember that is one thing that that's one of the ways you identified yourself at the beginning, that a teenager needs to know themselves and stand firm by their decisions and by the values that they believe in. Let us clap for Kendi. Thank you so much. Karima?
To me, I can recommend this book because it helps teens to identify themselves and also to choose their priorities wisely.
So it helps teens to identify themselves and choose their priorities wisely. So this book will help your son or your daughter identify themselves and choose and make their priorities wisely. So make it a choice. Kindly consider getting the book. And even if it's not for your children alone, you can share with your nephews and your nieces and neighbors and so many. Okay, let's go ahead. Baraka?
I would recommend the book because in every chapter, every topic, it has examples both in the Bible and in real life, which at first you find it's unique, but then as you read on, you find it's very easy to relate with in a simple language. Yeah, that's right.
So the book is able to navigate around the real life experiences and the Word of God. And at the same time, you feel, you after reading it, you felt it was quite easy to understand.
Yes.
In terms of the writing, in terms of the language used?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Baraka. We can clap for him. What about for you, Makena?
So I recommend this book because it contains real life experiences that as teenagers we go through, and it's like a manual. So when you relate to a certain article, you have your take home from there. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So this is a manual to you.
Yes.
The moment you pick a certain topic, you can run with it all the way. It's going to give you the information that you require and very clear-cut guidelines on how to maneuver around the specific topic that you are handling. Thank you, Makena. We can clap for them. And yes, indeed, I would want to support our panel today. Each one of them has spoken positively about the book. And the truth is, I have read it, and I've carried quite a number of copies. I'm hoping that when I'll need more mercy, I'll be able to get them. But I encourage each one of us, buy the book. Surprisingly, I'm not a teenager, but when I read this book, it really resonated with my life today. I'm in my 30s, almost 40s. And this book is making so much sense. I feel there are things that I would want to work on today. It is touching on self-esteem. It's touching on forgiveness. It is touching on dealing with the scars that we got, whether it was childhood experiences. It is touching on addiction. It is touching on so much. It is an all-round book. And therefore, I recommend even the parents, when you buy the book, buy it, read it, and then now share it. So thank you so much. I'd love to end the session at this point. God bless you.